Well, hello and welcome to the Paletti Rosa Homestead. Well, as you can see, my hair's starting to grow back now. We'll see. It's just embarrassing. I hate not having hair on my head, really. But welcome. Today I thought I wanted to start stocking up some of my shelves again. I've been lacking that all summer long, of course. So today I thought, let's make some granola. I love granola. My husband loves granola. So I went and got in my freezer these big bags of blueberries. I get these at the food bank. My husband and I help out at the food bank, and then at the end, if there's a box or whatever, or anything that they had that I'd like, they always offer it to us, any of the workers. So I've got these two big bags of blueberries, so I thought I would dehydrate them today and put in my granola blueberry and raisins, something different. And I was very lucky because last year I went and dehydrated a bunch of blueberries. So I do have this quart jar filled with them. And they kind of look like little raisins in a way. So they'll be good in granola. So in order to dehydrate frozen blueberries, which that's the greatest way to dehydrate, is with the frozen. What you want to do is you want to take them out of the bag and you want to wash them out really good in your sink in a colander. And then you just take the blueberries and you put them on top of your dehydrator tray. And I will show you when I get a tray done. And then you put it in your dehydrator. You set it at 135. If you do not have a dehydrator, you can use your oven, but make sure your oven, you put it at the lowest temperature possible. If you have an oven that also dehydrates, some of the new some of the new ovens have a dehydrating capability of doing it. So bring it down to 135. And then you put it in your dehydrator or your oven, and it does take quite a long time. But you want to do it until your blueberries are on the hard side. So they're almost like a raisin. Okay? And then you're all ready to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill my dehydrator trays up. I'm going to get some dehydrated blueberries downstairs in our root cellar so that I have next time I want to make granola. Okay, so once I get a tray done, I'll show you what the tray looks like, and then I'm going to put them in the dehydrator, and then I'll come back and I'm going to make some granola with you. Okay, so let's join in. Let's make some granola. Be right back. So here's my tray of blueberries. I'm going to end up probably with 6 or 7 trays of blueberries. Make sure you don't have too many on the plate, because if they're on top of each other, they take a lot longer to dry. So like I said, put them in your dehydrator or your oven at 135. Okay, welcome back. I am dressed differently, and that is because after I got done dehydrating and putting the dehydrator away, I was exhausted. So I decided to hold it off till today. So let's get into making some granola. What's nice about granola is once you get the base done, you can do whatever you want. You could add whatever you want. I got these from the food bank. They're dried sweet cherries. You could put them in. We always put raisins in. I have some apples, blueberries. You could put whatever, but your base you always do first. Whatever fruits or nuts or chocolate you want to add, you add that after you get done cooking the granola. Okay? So let's start off with the base. You need 4 cups of oats. Then you need 2/3 of a cup of honey. This is very dark honey. Our friends gave it to us. Their bees feed off of a lot of clover, so it makes it dark. But let me pour that in there, and I think I need a spatula. Okay. 3 teaspoons of vanilla. We love vanilla. A teaspoon of salt. And then you need a half of a cup of oil. We use coconut oil because coconut oil is extremely healthy for you. Let me put these away. And then what you're going to do is you are going to set your oven for 300 degrees. Once you get this all stirred together, you lay it out on a baking sheet and you cook for 40 minutes. Okay, so let me get the oven started. Let me start mixing this up and I'll bring you back when it comes time for putting it on the trays. Okay? Be right back. As I'm stirring this, I decided I'm going to add some cinnamon. I would say we're going to add maybe a teaspoon of it. This is something different. I haven't done cinnamon, but cinnamon is so healthy for you. Now, this recipe is for not bars of granola. If you want to make bars, you have to put more honey in it and coconut oil so that it sticks together. And what you're doing is you're stirring it to try to get all the, you want it more in clumps than you want just separate pieces of your oats. Now this is so much cheaper doing it this way than going out and buying it, because you're putting in what you want to put in, what's healthy for you and your family, and what you and your family like. Okay. I have my baking sheet here, and I am going to put some parchment paper on it. Parchment paper will just turn around. Where is it? Okay, here it is. It will make it so much easier when it comes time for taking it off. And any excess, when I have excess, I just fold it over. I don't do such a hot job folding it over, but that's okay. So I've got my parchment paper here, and let me see if I can move down the camera a little bit so you can see what I'm doing, okay? Be right back. Or I should say, just hold on. Let me see if I can do this. Okay, here's my parchment paper, and I'll take my granola. I should have turned the thing over, but I didn't. I'm sorry about the sun. Let me see, can I move this down a little bit? That's a little bit better. I'm just putting it over this parchment paper that was folded. Because of course I don't want it cooking underneath the parchment paper. Okay, that's good. Now you could make double batches of this, whatever, you know, however you want to do it. This is, like I said, this is the base for the granola. It's only me and my husband, so he does eat quite a bit of it when I make it. So this is a great thing in the wintertime we like to make. It's easy to make. You got the oven going. It kind of warms up the house and makes it smell really good. Try to make it as even as you can on the baking sheet so that it kind of all dries. And like I said, you could do it any way you want. You could add whatever you want, except you do not add your nuts, chocolate, fruit until after it's done cooking, or else you're going to have very, very hard fruit in there. And it's not going to taste very good. Oh, my allergies are up and going again today. And there is my granola. As soon as the oven goes off, that it's preheated, it goes in the oven for 40 minutes. And then I'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like and how you add in all your ingredients. Okay, I will be back. Okay, so I just took it out of the oven. It's still soft. What you have to do is you have to let it sit for approximately like a half hour, because you want it to cool all down so it gets harder. And then we'll add in our fruit. Okay, so we'll be back. So here is the granola. It's nice and cool. As you can tell, I can touch it and everything. So what I want to do is I want to pick this up. Now, by just pulling the bottom of this, see how it comes out in pieces? So I'm just pulling out pieces, I'm cracking them, and I'm putting them in just a bowl. So let me just finish doing this, because I don't think you need to see me just cracking this, and I'll be right back. Okay, got it all in chunks. So now comes time to add in what you want to add in. And I always add in raisins. Oh. And it's how much you want to add in. Add in as little or as much as you want. I typically do like a half a bag. And since this time I'm adding a lot more fruit in, one of these days I want to get them little baby M&Ms, the real tiny ones, and throw them in. I bet they would be good. I've got some apples I'm throwing in. I even tried the dried cherries, and my husband and I both said they didn't taste very, they were pretty good. So I'm going to add these in. And then we're going to add some dehydrated blueberries. Now, just to make things easy, what I usually do, I put my Tupperware top on. And I shake it up really good. Because I want the fruit to be all over, so when you dig your hand in, you get a little bit of everything. So that's what tastes so good. And that's as easy as it is to make homemade granola. And it's what you like. Doesn't that look good? And what I'll do is I'll turn around and I'll put it into a 1-gallon glass jar. Put it in my pantry, and when we feel like snacking, that's what we snack on. Okay, everyone? Hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm starting to get my hair back. I'm looking forward to doing more of them. I'm starting to get my energy levels up. So that's what's great. And I look forward to seeing you again. So everybody have a great day. God bless. And please, everyone, enjoy your day. Bye, everyone, from the Pletty Rose Homestead.